daily accountability. Checking in every single day with another person. So this entails becoming a man of your word, a man of integrity, who says what he will do and then also does what he said he's going to do. My name's Paul. I've been working the last 8-9 years of my life in supporting men in reaching their goals. And there's one thing that I've noticed in my work that has a greater impact and helps more than anything else that I've done. And that is daily accountability, which that means checking in every single day with another person to see if you, or report on if you've done the things that you said you're going to do. So this entails becoming a man of your word, a man of integrity, who says what he will do and then also does what he said he's going to do. And this is going to be a series of videos with a full course on how to implement a system of accountability that is the best that I've been able to figure out so far. So in this video, I'm going to introduce the concept. I'm going to mention some of the alternatives that we often use because all of us struggle to do the things that we say we're going to do. St. Paul, he even himself says that the things that I want to do, I don't do, and the things that I don't want to do, those are the things that I do. And then we're going to talk about why daily accountability can work in a way that these other things don't. So the alternatives that we often go to is therapy for men who've kind of like noticed in some way they've wandered off the path of where they want to go and they're not doing what they actually want to be doing. Then a lot of men also go to some kind of self-help or even motivational content online and try to fix things this way. And so I think that a core thing that we need to think about here is that in our modern individualist society, then we have this idea that, I can fix myself. I have everything else that I need. And this is something that is very easy to fall into because we grow up in individualism, and so we kind of fall for these ideas. But I think that's what a lot of people have noticed, that the idea of self-help is that I'm going to help myself, I'm going to do it all for myself. And what is true is that in the reality, there's something that's in the way, something that's wounded in our being that we can't just heal by ourselves. Often things need to be healed. What's broken in a relationship needs to be healed inside a relationship as well. And so we exist only inside relationship as human beings. We don't exist, separated and isolated from all of the human beings. And this is why the self-help stuff, motivational content, while it can be inspiring, it can be something that can give us some new ideas. Ultimately, it's not going to solve our problems. So in therapy, you are in a relationship with another person, but I think the problem with that is that you're really trying to create a replacement for just having a really good friend who listens to you and tries to understand you. And so there can be often good therapists, but the problem is that you're trying to pay somebody to be your friend. And this is often demasculizing as well in a large area, because often the therapy relationship is very much focused on all the problems, all the issues. And so there's no positive goal. There's no kind of perspective of actually trying to do something constructive in the world. It's just all about me and all of my issues and my feelings and stuff like that, which you can end up going around too much in circles with and never move on, of course. Most men try to do too much at one time. That's why we created our Genesis workshop, which introduces you to the 4 foundational roles of being a man and sets you up with one simple habit to set you on the right path. So check out the link below for our Genesis workshop and hope to see you there. Thanks. So what I really like about the daily accountability process that we've made is that it just requires one other person, and it's good if it's a person who doesn't see it as their task to make you feel comfortable, because it's not always going to be comfortable to be really held accountable for doing what you say you want to do. But it is the thing that I've seen really, really works in guys' lives. Everybody who, or like in business, there's a kind of a maxim or a law that you speak about, which is that, the things that you track will generally improve. And the things that you track and report to others will improve exponentially. And this is something that I've really seen happening. I think it's relevant to realize, just an example of this is that if you look at statistics of different factors that help men to succeed in kind of all parameters of life and areas of life, then there's one thing that is by far the most powerful factor, the most influential factor that social scientists, whatever, have been able to find when it comes to how long you live, how healthy you are. If it helps you against substance abuse and suicide, depressions. How much you earn in your life as well is greatly increased by just the fact that if you're married, nothing else helps you more than that. So getting married is probably the best thing that a man can do. And certainly a part of this, I really believe, other than, of course, having a massive life satisfaction and meaning in your life of being a part of a family and being the head of a family, is that you're accountable as a father and as a husband to your family. And so, if you say you're going to do something and you don't do it, then there's going to be at least one person, normally your wife, who is not going to be happy and who's going to, make you feel uncomfortable about that. And so, of course, one can't just put all this weight. If you are married, you can put all that weight on your wife. But what I found is that it's better not to put that weight on my wife, but have other people who I'm accountable to in my life. And so that I can do that work of becoming a man with more integrity, a man of my word. And obviously for an unmarried man who's not accountable to anybody, perhaps, especially if you're, still, not taking on too much responsibility for your life. And this is actually one of the most dangerous things to be in. And so that's why I really strongly recommend an accountability partner. And I'm going to obviously go into all of this, how to set it up, the practices, the approach. We have working procedures and all this kind of stuff for how to do this. I'm going to explain it all to you in this series of videos. So looking forward to you tuning in next time.